My name is Liz Morris, and I do infection control and employee health here at Southern Indiana Rehab. The National Immunization Awareness is generally held annually in the month of August, and it is a way for us to highlight the importance of immunizations for people of all ages. As parents, many of us are like, yeah, we're going to go get all of our kids vaccines to make sure that they, are protected against diseases. But unfortunately, we don't do the same thing for ourselves as adults, and even though we're healthcare workers, we don't see, the importance in doing that. As the employee health nurse, I have the power to protect our patients from vaccine preventable diseases. I screen all of our new hires at the time that they come into the building. Those are new team members, to make sure that they are immune to specific types of diseases that basically are childhood diseases, and that's measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox. And we do that through a screening process. We look for their immunization records, or we'll do blood testing for them. And if they are not immune, then we will go ahead and get the vaccines that they need to protect themselves, and then that in turn protects our patients. It's very interesting to me. People don't really realize what a threat certain diseases are in our world today. They just say, oh, for instance, the disease measles. They'll say, oh, measles, it's just a childhood disease, not a big deal. But it really is a big deal. It is a viral illness that causes a lot of secondary conditions in people that we don't think about at all. It particularly affects children under the age of 5, adults over the age of 20, pregnant women. It can cause complications in their pregnancy, and anyone that's immunocompromised. It causes things like ear infections, diarrhea, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it also can cause pneumonia, and even worse than that, encephalitis. You could potentially have a brain injury from those types of illnesses like encephalitis. So again, measles is a very, even though we don't think it's a big threat, it can be. It's interesting, when I was doing research for this, I found out that measles had actually been eradicated in the United States in the year 2000. In other words, we didn't have any more measles running around the United States. But unfortunately, that didn't last very long, because in 2018, there was an outbreak in New Jersey that lasted almost a year. And that particular year, there was actually 1,164 cases, which was the most we've ever seen in this in our United States since 1992. So basically what happens is, people don't realize, like, when you get your vaccines, you really need to do it. It's time sensitive. You need to get them on schedule. Make sure you're following up, getting your vaccines when you need to. And of course, all vaccines are not 100%. Just kind of keep that in your mind. We want to get people vaccinated because the majority of people do build up immunity, but there's a few that might not. That being said, then the measles can come back in the United States, which obviously it did, from other countries where measles has not been eradicated. So that's just something to think about. But as the infection control nurse here, one of the important things that I really strive to do is worry about the annual flu shots. That is a very important thing to me in our building, that everyone get vaccinated. Years ago, I've been here almost 22 years, and we didn't have mandatory flu vaccination, and it was a challenge to get people to take the flu vaccine. There was always a reason when someone didn't want to. So even getting to 80% compliance for our team members was very difficult. So about 6 or 7 years ago, we partnered with 2 or 3 local hospitals, and they were part of our system at the time, and we all decided, hey, let's just become mandatory. And we did. The first year was a little rough. We had a few people that weren't real happy, but now it's really not a big deal anymore. People roll their sleeves up, get their flu shot, and move on with their life. And as the infection control nurse, that's very important to me, because I feel like we're protecting our patients and our most vulnerable people by getting vaccinated. Part of my other responsibility here is to work with other adults, like our patients, and talk to them about getting other vaccines that they might need. Like if someone has developed shingles while they're here in our hospital, I will talk to them about getting the shingles vaccination, or the fact that older adults should always think about getting the pneumonia vaccine. So I do go out and work with that population as well. So in general, again, this is a great month. Brings a lot of awareness to immunizations and what we can do to protect people, our patients, protect ourselves, protect the community. And I hope that people really take something away from this and go out and start saying, yeah, I'm ready to get my immunization. Thank you so much.